Good morning, everybody. My name is Comr Idiong. I'm here to share a little thought on the law of the mind. The mind is the key to change of life. You can't change your life without changing your mind first, because we are being controlled by our mind. Our body is a slave to our mind. Each action that we take is a function of what is in our mind. And until we change our mind, there is no way we can change our life. So our life is being controlled by our mind. Our experience is a reflection of our mind. If you want to know how your mind is, just check your experience. You cannot change. Changing your clothes or changing the relocation will never change you. Changing your relocation will never transform you. For you to be transformed, you must first transform your mind by changing the kind of information you receive, by changing the kind of association that you keep. So the mind is the key to becoming successful. You cannot succeed if you have a negative mindset. So it is to a positive mindset that makes you to succeed. It is not what you pursue or what you acquire that makes you successful, but it is who you are becoming in the process of achieving those things. So becoming is more important in success than what you are doing. So what you are doing has nothing to do with success. It is what you are becoming that makes you successful. Sustainable success is attracted based on the level of your growth. So if your mind is authorized usher that leads you to your future. So if you try to enter where your mind has not first taken you to, you will waste and abuse that privilege. So for us to have a sustainable success, we must work on our mind by growing in our mind. So because success has to do with inwardly, you now decide what happened outwardly. It is what happens inside you that determines the experience you have outwardly. So if you want to change your life, you have to first change your mind. You have to first work on your mind. So the mind has every powers in controlling the kind of life we live, the kind of experience we have. So our mind is a reflection of our experience. So if you have to change your life, you must first change your mind. Nothing will ever happen. Nothing will ever change if your mind does not change. So the starting point in changing life, changing, is changing your mind. So until your mind is changed, there is nothing about you that can be changed. You can't change your clothes and still have the same experience. You can change relocation and still have the same experience. But if you want to change your experience, you have to first change your mind. So your mind will still take you back to where your experience is, because you have not first changed your mind. So you have to work on your mind by acquiring positive information. So, and there are 3 levels of learning. You have to learn, you have to unlearn, you have to relearn. Until these 3 stages is in place, you are not educated. You can be certificated, not being educated, because you can be learning and be working on what is not working again. For instance, what used to work in 1980s is not working again today. So you have to unlearn those things that are not working. You have to relearn those things that are not working now. So until learning, unlearning, and relearning are in place, you are not truly educated. So the mind is the key to a changed life. It starts from the mind before any other thing. So the mind determines the kind of success that we have. Until we change our mind, there is no way we will change our life. Our life is a product of our mind. So you have to first change your mind before you can change your life. That's why the Bible says, renew, do not conform to this world, be by renewing of your mind. So it starts first from renewing of your mind. If also read the other one, says, those who know their God shall be strong and do exploit. So it starts from first knowledge by knowing, changing your mind before you can do exploit. So there is no exploit without first changing your mind. So the mind controls every of our actions is being determined by our mind. For instance, if I was driving down here, if I mistakenly had hit a car or hit somebody on the road, the police will not arrest the car. The police will arrest me, because it was not the car that hit the person. It was my mindset that leads to the accident. So that is why a soldier will hold a gun and an armed robber will hold a gun, but they have different approach of how they use the gun. Because the soldier is to protect based on his mindset, and the armed robber is to kill based on his mindset. It is not the gun that is the problem. It is the mindset of who is holding the gun. So your mind determines the direction of your life. So you cannot change your direction of your life if you don't first change your mind. So the mind has powers. The mind has powers to control and determine how we change our life and the kind of life we live. If you want to change your life, you have to first change your mind. So you work on your mind by acquiring positive information, because it is positive information that will help you to know, to change your mind. That is positive information that will help you to live a positive life. You can't change your life if you don't first change your mind. So your mind is like I said, the mind is a terrorized usher that will take you to your future. Your mind is what determines the kind of life you live. Your mind is what determines the way how you earn in life. Whatever you will become in life is being controlled by your mind. That's how powerful the mind is. If you don't change your mind, you cannot think like a slave and expect to walk or behave like a king. That's why the Bible says, woe unto the king, to the kingdom, that the king is a child. The child is not by age. The child is by the way he thinks. Kings, the difference between a leader and a follower is the way they think. The way you think determines the way you see things. The way you see things determines the kind of action you take. So your perception in life determines the kind of life you will live. And it starts with the mind. Your mind controls how you see things. Your mind controls what you even attract to yourself. So what you are attracting to yourself is not what you like, do not blame anybody. Just work on your mind. By the time you change your mind, you notice that those things will not be there again. You start attracting other things based on your mindset. So whatever happens, whatever kind of experience that you're having is a function of your mindset. So just work on your mindset and those things will change. So that's the few thoughts I came to share this morning, that the mind is the bedrock of success in life. So it's not about what you are doing, but it's about what you are becoming in the process of. Once again, thank you very much for giving me this audience. God bless you all.